All right, fantastic. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the part of the world you're watching this review from. I hope you enjoyed riding with me, trading only GU from the beginning of the year. And currently, we're close to the end of the year. I think we have about 5 weeks left. I've stopped counting because a part of me is sad that the year is about to come to an end. This is your favorite host, Bear Bull King, and as usual, we are going to be looking at um, British pounds, American dollar. I think for the 49th week or 48th week, I'm not really sure. Right, I've been really busy. End of the year, Christmas, we have to do a lot of preparations, right, for family and friends. Okay, so let's move in quickly. I've had the opportunity to speak with a few trader friends, mentees, mentors, and all the likes. And I noticed that a lot of people have been experiencing a series of losses and they've been having a lot of rough patches. And my word for them basically has been taken from the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31. And it says, those that hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings they will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not go weary. They will walk and not faint, right? And this speaks to perseverance, right? You need to have faith in your God and have faith in what you are doing, right? There are two types of faith. A lot of people that give up in from a lot of people that give up trading forex give up because they no longer have faith that they can be profitable. And guess what? Their profitability is right after that moment of doubt. Okay. So if you are in that situation where you're having doubts, you're having concerns, you're bothered, you're like, am I going to be successful? Would I be able to make it out? I don't think trading is for me. I've been struggling with trading, right? It is possible that your profitability and your success in trading is just after this doubt. Okay. So don't give up, get your strength renewed. I mean, if they are saying those that hope in the Lord will get their strength renewed, it means that at some point they were at a low point, right? If they say they are going to soar on wings like eagles, it means that at some point they were about to crash, right? If it says they are going to run and not go weary, it simply means that they were tired at some point in time, right? If they are going to walk and not faint, it means that at some point they were dizzy, right? So the market is going to test you. Your strategy is going to test you. Life itself is going to test you. But you should make sure that you do not give up. Because once you give up, you have done what? You are fucked up. Okay? So don't give up. Don't give in. Strive to get better. Use every bad experience as a learning point so that you can improve yourself and do what? Move forward with life and the market. Okay. All right. Fantastic. So let's go to the chart. I'm starting from the weekly because a lot of things have happened this week. Now, last week I mentioned something about areas of interest, which were basically areas of order block or demand zone as known by different names or resistance zone or support zones and the likes, right? And last week I did mention that I was anticipating that the price was going to move from here, this point here. And I also mentioned that there was a maximum point here, right? There's a maximum point somewhere around here, right here. And guess what? If you're last week, I did mention that we had like a doji sign, like a tweezer. That's what we used to call it back there, like a tweezer, like a railroad pattern, which means that the market could go up or go down. So we needed to wait to see what will happen. And I remember that weeks ago, I mentioned that the only reason why I was going to take a buy from here was if I see a double bottom, a break above, a pullback, as we can see here, or I see a flip, which is a change in direction before I take a buy. So guess what? Last week I didn't see any of that. Hence, I was unable to take a buy around the zone, right? So for me personally, if I don't see what I am looking out for, I just assume that that zone is not the right zone. My confirmation is what makes me enter a trade. I don't assume that the market is going to take off from a point. I would like to see the market take off from that point first before I get into that trade. So as you can see, the market just poured all the way down and kept on breaking new lows, right? Now, the market has gotten to this point. Am I expecting the market to bounce from here? Let me delete this first. Now, for me personally, if you look at this, you will notice that this was the last high I marked, which simply means that for me, I'm looking at the market doing this, and then the market has pushed up to this point, meaning that this pullback, would I expect the market to run up? As long as the price is still above this level, for me, on the weekly time frame, the market is still bullish, meaning that the market can still come into this zone. Okay. Now, the next thing I usually like doing is to apply my Fibonacci to the chart. All right, so this is my Fibonacci here, and there's somewhere they call the golden zone, right? The golden zone is between 68 and 79 fib level, which is somewhere around here, which means that the markets can still reverse within this zone, right, within this zone. So because I am assuming that the market can reverse within this zone, I would like to see what the market will do next week to be sure if the market is going to be bullish next week or the market will change the direction entirely from the weekly time frame, meaning that I want to see what the market is going to do somewhere around here. Okay, so this area failed, right? And since this area failed, I would like to see what the market will do around here. I'm sure I posted it in the Telegram channel that if the market does not respect this 1.2820 level, we should expect it to come down to 1.2596 region. And the market has actually been pouring down, right? So this is what I am expecting on the weekly time frame, right? Now, here's what I'm expecting. So since we had this, right, we have this. If we get the market to come here, and then the market comes here, and then breaks below this new low, then we can have a reversal to the down part as I planned earlier. Remember, I marked this area at the beginning of the year, right? So if this plays out, this is what I am going to expect. However, if this does not play out, then I can expect the market to do what? Break the monthly high to 1.4797. But I'm going to do a new weekly review for 2025. So for now, we are still within the previous plays that we have marked out before now. Let me remove this. Yeah. So the initial play I had was that the market was going to tap 1.34967 and then come down to 1.1297 before running up to 1.47977, right? So for this to play out, right, as I've mentioned earlier, I was expecting the market to bounce from this place, but the market didn't bounce. This is my last area of interest as applied by Fibonacci. So from here, if this price comes down and gives me a nice reversal pattern, I would like to ride this market till the market gets to this other block zone. And then from here, if I see the market create a lower low, I know that the market is coming down to where? This zone that I marked here. Before I would expect the market to do what? Run up as planned earlier. Okay, as planned earlier. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to delete all this, right? And go to the lower time frame. Delete. I'm going to delete all this and go to the lower time frame. So on the weekly time frame, oh, network. Okay, fantastic. Now on the weekly time frame, this is the supply level or the supply zone or the resistance area on the weekly time frame that I initially marked out. This is what we have on the higher time frame, right? Let me hide this. This is what we have on the higher time frame. Okay? So since we have this on the higher time frame, and I'm saying, okay, I am also interested in seeing what the market will do around here, right? All I simply now need to do is, okay, on the daily time frame, what do I have within this area of interest? Now, all I'm looking for is an area where the market moved without having a nice pullback into it. And this is the area that I have. So this is my what? Daily um demand zone, or my daily support zone, or my what? My order block zone. If the market breaks below this daily order block zone, there is a demand zone here, but I would not be comfortable taking a buy from this side until when the reversal turns to a continuation. Now, let me explain. This is what a reversal looks like. The market is coming down, then the market reverses. So this first move is called a reversal, right? Now, once a reversal pulls back, it now becomes a what? Continuation to the upper side. Do you get me? So for me right now, I believe that this area is what? The best bet. So let me give you examples of what I'm talking about. So for example, here we had an OB, right? And see what the market did. The market came down into it, gave us a reversal pattern, and ran to the upper side. Now, after this OB, we had a breaker block here. This is a breaker block. Now, what did the market do? After this breaker block, what happened? The market did what? Ran to the upper side. Okay. So for me, I am interested in seeing what the market does somewhere around here on the daily time frame. On the what? On the daily time frame. Now, this previous zone was actually respected here. As you can see, the market bounced on it 2 times before doing what? Point down. So this area was fulfilled as an order block, but it wasn't enough to sustain the market to become strong enough as a support for the market to go up. So instead, what did the market do? The market broke below it. So from this zone, what would I be looking for on, say, the 4 hour time frame? What I'll be looking for on the 4 hour time frame, oh Lord have mercy. All right, fantastic. So what I'll be looking for on the 4 hour time frame would be a reversal pattern, right? So for example, we had the market pull down here, right? The market came up here. The market is here now, right? I'd like to see the market maybe pull up a bit, come into this zone, right? Then maybe give us something like a double bottom, right? And then I see a good push above. Once the market pulls back, I would like to take this buy. Okay. Now, this is going to be a double bottom setup, right? Alternatively, I would like to see the market do something like this, then flip, and then I can take a buy proper. All right. So without this, I would still be looking for sales. On Thursday, I gave a sale, but because I was going out, I had to close at break even. On Friday, I also took a sale on the Telegram, which I shared, and the market wicked us out before pointing into our direction, which is fine. Hopefully, by God's grace, next week we'll be able to recover and do so much more. So we are still on the journey to this top side, which is around 1.35 to 1.3650, right? And for me personally, before I would say that the market has been invalidated, this zone has to be broken down, which I don't think would happen. I remember we're all speculating. I don't think it would happen, right? So if I see a nice flip on the 4 hours, I'll be able to take it. I can take short trades. For example, if the market pulls up on the 15 minutes time frame, I can take a sell into this zone. And as long as the market keeps selling, I could take a sell out of this zone. However, if I see a flip, meaning that the market shows a higher bullish bias or a higher interest to go up north, I will do what? I will take the buy to the upside. All right. So with that, I come to the end of my session for this week. Based on popular demand, I spoke to one of my mentees who encouraged me to run a boot camp for just 2 weeks in December. And what I will be doing during that boot camp is quite simple. I would be hosting people on a Telegram group where we'll be trading together for 2 weeks and we would be having a session together for 2 weeks, right? He designed a flyer. I'm looking for it right now. Okay. All right. Found it. Image. Okay. So here's the flyer right here, right? Um, what's that? Okay. So here's the flyer right here. So we're going to be having a 2 weeks training from 10th to 24th of December. I'm going to be starting the sessions from like 11 o'clock at least 3 to 4 times in a week, right? And during this period, I want to talk about price action strategies. I want to talk about risk management framework. I also want to talk about understanding trading psychology. Talk about the 3 pillars, help people who have not been profitable, answer questions, show them how I trade real time for 2 weeks. We'll trade together. You see my account, you see how I trade, you see how I manage my risk, and you'd have access to me every single day where we can be discussing and I'll be answering everybody's question. And the cost for this session is just 50,000 naira. And for people that are not in Nigeria can pay $30. Okay. Now for enquiries, all you need to do is call this number plus 234 80 05, sorry, plus 234 80 50 92 07 88, plus 234 80 50 92 07 88. So our sessions are going to be online. We're going to have a Telegram channel group where we would all be discussing round the clock. It is important to prepare for next year. And if you're preparing for next year, you need to equip yourself with good information. Okay. So the best thing you can do is come in, learn how to trade, understand the basics, understand the things you are missing out on, the dots that you're missing out on, then learn how to apply them. Then you have the Christmas period to prepare so that from January, you're going to hit the ground running. All right. So that's all I have for now. Yes, that reminds me, there are only limited slots available. So we have a cap. I think I told him I wanted about 20 people. So maximum 20 slots. If the rush is too much, we can do 30, but anything above 30, it will be too much information for me to attend to. So please try to make yourself available as soon as you can for this opportunity. All right. So this is where I am going to stop the session for this week. I hope that by next week we would have seen the bullish move and then we can take swing trades and ride the market to the top, right? If I remember clearly, we started this move on the daily time frame. Where's that? Da, 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 da. And network in Nigeria. All right, so we started a swing move on the daily time frame around 1.3400, and the market has been point down. So I'm anticipating that we may have a bullish move similar to that on the daily time frame, right? On the daily time frame, yes, there was an order block somewhere around here before, and the sale began from here. So people that were able to take advantage from here and they kept selling can start closing their sales now. So we should have a similar move, right? We should have a similar move from here to this area. Now, it may not be as smooth as this. We may have a range, but eventually, once the market picks up, we can have a bullish run to this area, okay? So hopefully by next week, the bullish move would have started, and then we can comfortably buy the trend. So till next week, remain safe and remain blessed. I remain your host, Bebo King. Bye-bye.